Hi everyone, it's Kirsty Foster here from Social Mums Club. I'm here today with Bianca from U-Box Bookdown.
Hi guys.
So Bianca has a really inspiring story, so I wanted you to meet her for part of our International Women's Day series. So Bianca, do you want to tell us a little bit about yourself?
Yeah, sure. So, my name's Bianca. I'm the owner of U-Box in Birkdale, so I've been the owner here for 4.5 years. It's been, pretty cool to date so far. Absolutely loving it. So, I guess my journey in U-Box started about 8 years ago, but we've been here for about 4.5 years now. So, I guess a bit about myself. So, day to day, I would wear a few different hats. I'm a mother, I'm a wife, I'm a mother, a wife, a daughter, sister, a boss, and a friend to many. So people would most commonly refer to me as some type of multitasking, high energy individual. Would probably be the
Into the high energy.
I can sometimes get carried away in my conversation, so we'll see how that goes today. But in a more professional term, I guess people would refer to me as a self-starter with a probably proactive personality. I'm somebody who's extremely driven and people would most likely say persistent is probably the best word to use.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, I would say that.
I think there's no one major thing that did it, but I guess to try to give you a little bit of a background and idea, coming from having somebody who's come from having minimal education with no high school certificates and no handouts, I did have no choice but to either just stop and pity myself and continue down the dark and windy road that I started to spiral down as a younger version of myself, or fight to try to create my own fulfilling path and future. So I'll always remember my mother once said to me, this was obviously one of those turning points that we have in life. My mum said to me that it's not what happens to us, but how you react to it that matters. And sometimes I do look back and I wish that I listened and changed my life sooner. It did take years of misdirection, bad life choices, and a lot of mistakes to eventually hear what my mother had said and realise that my failure in life would be my failure and no one else's fault. If I continued to allow myself to live in this depressed and pitiful state, so gradually I changed my mindset and I started to think towards a better future. So having no education, I spent a decade having to work my way up the workforce chain, starting from the very bottom. I started at a very entry-level basic job, just a data entry job, moved my way up the ranks to eventually becoming a paralegal, a friend, and a franchise administrator with one of the largest corporate head office businesses to date. The real turning point started probably around 9 years ago, and I had my own life-changing experience. You hear people talk about how they have these life-changing experiences in fitness and they've lost all this weight and they've become, this different person. And, you hear those types of people and you're like, oh, wow, that's amazing. And it seems like there's few of those. And I guess I was lucky enough to be one of those people that happened to. So my own personal fitness journey led me through those physical and mental, a total physical and mental transformation that you do see these people talk about. And then I realised that maybe this was something that I could do. Maybe I could help other people. Maybe I could start helping other people find themselves again. Some people don't know who they are, so
some people have never known.
They've never known.
Yeah.
So some people, it's helping them find who they are rather than finding themselves again. So this is where I decided to just jump ship, remove myself from the corporate world, and I threw myself into the fitness industry. So after about 1 or 2 years within the fitness industry, I found 12 Round. So U-Box used to be called 12 Round before we rebranded, and then basically since that, 7 to 8 years, I've been in 12 Round U-Box, and the community here has been absolutely amazing. And I've worked my way up from just being a member, so just jumping in, starting off as a member, became a trainer, manager, and then now own my own club. So, in a nutshell, I guess that's a lot of the information.
No, but it's just so fascinating from where you began to where you are now. And I love that you've gone back to helping others and empowering others and helping them have those life-changing moments that you experience, and it's just so powerful. And it's evident when you're in the gym here at UBox Birkdale, it's just so evident. Like your passion for every person in this gym is really, really clear, and how much you want to help people. And it's just a beautiful community to be part of. So yeah.
Well, if you can put yourself in a position like to be able to help other people, like that just makes life rewarding.
Yeah. It fills your cup, and it fills other people's cups as well. And so it's, why would you not? Like
the space you can do, and if you can have a business and cater for more people, and you can do it on a wider capacity, then why would you not? So I'm very proud of the community in the gym.
Yeah, it's beautiful. It's very welcoming and really good vibe. Fun, like really fun vibes.
I guess continuing to grow the community that we already have. Like you train here now and you see what it's like, and just growing the base that's here and continuing to add more like-minded people into the same space. Because that's where it really thrives. I can be as passionate and excited as I want, but if I have all the wrong people here, it's not going to work. So making sure that we attract the right people, so that it's just an amazing space to be where everyone wants to be.
And I feel like it's quite infectious too, so people will come potentially for themselves, and then they'll get so much out of it that they'll tell their friends and they'll tell their partner. And I see there's a lot of couples here, that maybe one just came and then dragged the other one along, and then kids, and then kids are here and they're watching. Like my kids are like, when can I do UBox as well? And like and it just
very commonly,
the incentive to be part of it is huge. Like people just want to be involved. So it's good.
Quite often, I guess, with the logo of like boxing, sometimes it'll be the husband that joins first. So the husband comes, and then the wife will start to get curious, so then the wife will join, and then the kids will, and then the husband's usually the one that is less motivated and starts to drop off, and the wife then and the kids keep them accountable, and then they all stay here as a big family. So it's nice.
It's really social. It's a place if you are a family, which obviously most people watching out, it's a place for your family to have other family friends. Like I can totally see that. Like my son's been a few times with me into the kids room, and he's like, can I go again? Can I go? He just loves hanging out with all the kids in there, and
and we try to make that as fun as we can. Like we've added in a new basketball ring and stuff in the kids room,
pretty cool.
So the kids get to play basketball in there. We've painted the whole room as a chalkboard, so now they can draw everywhere.
And it's allowed.
It's allowed. That's it. They started to draw on the walls. That's how it happened. They started to draw on my walls, and I was like, this is not work. So I had to paint it. So they can now draw all over the walls.
Perfect.
So they love it. They love it. There's probably like multiple reasons, I guess, as to why. There'd be the persistence and stubbornness of my personality, I guess. I'm not one that's going to give up on something anyway. If I had a puzzle and I couldn't finish it, there wouldn't even be an option to finish it. I would keep going. But I guess one of the main purposes and drives that I have behind it is empowering women, right? Like it comes back to that whole what things are like now in 2024 is so different than what it used to be. Boxing, it used to be such a male-dominated sport. People thought of boxing and they were like, oh, that's a male thing, that's a guy thing, and they think about boxing in a boxing ring. And it has that whole sort of stigma behind it. What UBox as a whole, as a brand, has done is sort of break down that barrier. They've removed that male-dominant sport section away. They've made it easily accessible for time-poor people, especially women, to be able to come in, no class time, no start time.
I love that.
Start their 45
You're never late.
workout.
You just get there and you start when you're a minute there.
Whenever you want, between 4 a.m. to 10 p.m. every day, you rock up, any 3 minutes, you jump into a 45-minute workout. So they've removed that in the first instance, I think, because they've made it more accessible to mums that are home, or whatever that might be. One of the points that I wrote about that was like women learning a skill like boxing will teach confidence, self-defense, mental toughness, and physical fitness. And this should be something that is really encouraged for all women, and no matter what age. We don't really have like a age restriction here at UBox. It's more the mental capacity behind each individual. So like if we had a male or female, if it was like an 11-year-old girl that she might be starting to go through problems at school or whatever that might be, UBox would be an excellent place for her.
It's just so empowering. I don't know why or how, but it's just like putting those boxing gloves and being strong.
Fierce, right?
It does. It makes you fierce.
And some women shy away from that.
And
I think that's something that they need, like women as a whole and everybody, individuals need to not shy away from that anymore, and they need to embrace that.
And
feel strong and feel fierce and feel like you could not just protect yourself in a physical sense,
Yeah.
but that you can be strong enough
Yeah.
in all contexts
Yeah.
to say no to something, or
Yeah.
you know.
Yeah, and you don't
in
have
more
to
than-
always do things just because other people want you to. Like, what do you want to do? Like, be strong in yourself.
Yeah, I think
agree.
learning a physical skill like that teaches you way more elements than just the physical aspect of
Yeah.
training.
Yeah,
It's so much more mental, I think.
yeah,
So helping people every day, it's pretty rewarding role in itself here. Back on that purpose subject, I guess. So being part of so many lives, being able to help so many people transform physically and mentally is extremely rewarding. So one of the things that we were doing this year is that we really wanted to try to go the extra mile by trying to connect other communities that have these like-minded people that we already have, and connecting with your Social Mums Club is obviously what we wanted to do as our priority. So we want to be able to connect our communities together to be able to help more people and more mums find the connection, friendship, and most importantly, be able to find themselves, whether that be post-baby or finding themselves maybe for the first time in their lives.
yeah.
So I guess that's our probably highest purpose and priority this year.
Yeah, you had some pretty exciting news recently.
Yes, yeah. So very unexpected. We were nominated for with the Courier Mail for one of the best gyms in Brisbane for this year. So that's pretty cool. So it's very exciting. We'll see what happens in a few weeks' time, I'm sure. But yeah, it's pretty cool that we, little gym in Birkdale got nominated for one of the best.
Yeah.
Which is pretty awesome.
And what would 15-year-old Bianca be thinking about that?
Oh god. So yeah, I definitely think that 15-year-old Bianca would not have ever thought that would have happened. So that uneducated and troubled 15-year-old version of me would never have believed that one day I could, let alone be someone that would be nominated for any type of award. That I guess also a few things just about myself, that I would never be someone that could be a mother, a homeowner, a wife, and have a successful business that might be nominated for an award. So yeah, I definitely didn't think that would ever happen.
That's a testament to your persistence and, and just hard work as well, and belief in yourself, I guess, as well. Okay, rapid fire questions. Are you ready?
Okay, yep.
Okay, what does inclusion mean to you?
Being included in a simple context, I
Yeah.
suppose. But yeah, like I guess to put it in the context of our gym, if we're talking about it in that sort of way, like our average member here would be like a 40-year-old woman with kids generally. But we are a loving, welcoming community here, like we spoke about earlier, mums, dads, all that sort of stuff. So yeah, I guess in the context of the gym in this space, it would be an inclusion of everybody being included.
Having a space that everyone feels welcome.
Yeah, it feels like everyone's second home.
Yeah,
really.
yeah, it really does.
Yeah.
Okay, how do you prioritize yourself?
I do have that habit, as I think most mums do, that we leave ourselves to the very, very last priority of everything in the day, right?
Yeah.
You might have 10 things on your to-do list, and the second thing was meant to be that you're supposed to go and get yourself a haircut,
Yeah.
and it gets pushed to the back of the list constantly. So I am trying to make a very conscious decision and effort this year to make sure that I do more things like that, but and trying to not push myself to the bottom of the line all the time. One of the things that I do is I do prioritize being active every day. So in an actual context of something active for myself, whether that be quickly going for a run if I didn't have time for a workout, or primarily it would be doing a U-box workout, is where I sort of get that doing something for myself, something for my life.
Yep. Okay, what's your favourite quote?
That would definitely be, you are never too old to set another goal or to dream a new dream. So I started, obviously I found my niche a lot later in life.
Yeah.
And very, very different than what I was doing in my life.
Yeah.
And when people say things now, like to me, if they're like, oh, I can't do that, I'm too old, or whatever, it's like, well, I wasn't that old when I started my career change, but I was a lot older than most people.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's a very, very good quote.
Yeah, I love that. So good. It's never too late. And what does being a woman mean to you?
Well, here we are on the quotes subject. So I did read a quote the other day, and I wrote this down so I wouldn't forget also. So the quote was something along the lines, I can't remember exactly, but something like,